One of the greatest directors of all time celebrated their 76th birthday a couple of days ago, and that director is Steven Spielberg. Now, I wanted to do a list of my top 10 favorite Spielberg films from his whole entire filmography, and I know it's very hard because he's directed so many incredible films, and in my opinion, he's one of the greatest directors, one of the greatest storytellers, and one of the greatest visionaries that cinema has ever seen in its history. Now, again, these are just my picks and my opinions, and in no particular order, let's start the list. The first movie on this list is Raiders of the Lost Ark, or Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's the movie that introduced Harrison Ford as the iconic character of Indiana Jones. It has one of the most iconic opening sequences film has ever seen, and one of the best action adventure films you will ever see in your whole entire life. The second movie on this list is one of his most underrated films in his whole entire career, and it's Munich. Now, Munich's based around the 1972 terrorist attack that happened in Munich, and pretty much the aftermath of that and the hitmen that were hired to kill the people that were part of that plot. It's an amazing drama, one of his best war-based dramas, and a very underrated film from his career. The third movie on this list is E.T., one of the most visually and emotionally impactful films you will ever see in your life. This poster and that image is ingrained into every movie lover's minds since they've seen it, and it is an iconic film for any director to have, and Spielberg has this movie in his filmography. The fourth movie on this list is Jaws. Now, a fun fact, or not really a fun fact, because a lot of people were terrified of this movie to the point where people were avoiding going swimming for a couple of years because of the impact of this film's opening sequence and pretty much the whole rest of the story. And Jaws was considered to be the first summer blockbuster. So if you look at the summer blockbuster lineups for films, you can thank Jaws for helping create that trend. Now, the fifth movie on this list is Schindler's List, one of the greatest dramas of all time, one of the greatest films of all time, one of the most impactful films you'll ever see in your life. Please do watch it if you've never seen it before. Our sixth movie on this list is another incredibly well-made drama and one of the greatest, if not, in my opinion, the greatest war drama of all time, Saving Private Ryan. The seventh movie on this list is Jurassic Park. I've already talked about this movie many times before in my videos. It is one of my all-time favorite films and the movie that made me love film in general, and one of the greatest rides you will ever have while watching a film. The eighth movie on this list is one of, I don't know if it's underrated anymore, but it's one of his best movies in my opinion and one of his better recent films, Catch Me If You Can, starring Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio, and based on an incredibly amazing true story. The ninth movie on this list is another underrated film, War of the Worlds. Tom Cruise is in this. It's one of the greatest remakes in my opinion, and such a great alien invasion film. And the last movie on this list is one of the best movies of this year, The Fabelmans. Please do watch it, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this list.